Want to get your hands on some sports cards?
Hell yes!
You're in the right place.
Good morning.
Is everybody ready?
Welcome to the weekly Target Watch on Schultz's Card Pulls.
What's up, sports fans? It is Tuesday, 3:56, May 10th. We are here with from Target.com, hoping, praying, and crossing our fingers that we see something. How's everybody doing this morning? There we go. Mike was a little quiet coming in. What's up, everybody? Sports cards hoping to drop on Target.com here on the weekly Target Watch on Schultz's Card Pulls. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, one and all newbies. Welcome to you. Welcome to all you veterans of this. I call you veterans at this point because y'all are ready for anything that Target.com throws at us, essentially. But good morning to every single one of you. Sorry about that. Should be able to hear me now just fine. All right, guys, we are about 2.5 minutes away from the hot zone here on Schultz's Card Pulls. About 2.5 minutes away. It is Tuesday, May 10th. We are hoping, since this is now the every other Tuesday that we've been seeing on Target.com, that we are going to see a sports card restock today here on Schultz's Card Pulls. Welcome, one and all. What's up, Mansa, Sal, Tommy's Breaks in the house. Good morning, Schultzy. Chris Angel says, what up? Daxon says, hey, bub. Jay Bird says, like the new studio. Thanks, man. Not even complete yet. This is just kind of this is just a super early thrown together version of the studio. So I appreciate it, guys. Excited to really spruce it up in here and get a real desk and all that'll be coming here soon. But thanks for everybody showing up, and I know that's not just for me. You're really hoping that Target.com gives us a restock, so let's go. We are looking at, I did see this weekend, guys, we are looking at a lot of Donruss baseball that dropped on Target.com, although I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of no logo, no licensing baseball. I don't know. I actually like Donruss. I think even with the baseball no logo cards, still with all the inserts and all the parallels that you can pull, I still think that they're pretty fun set to rip. That's just me, though, and it's low cost. Not really trying to push anything for like Panini, but just saying. All right, guys, we are close to the hot zone here on Schultz's Card Pulls. Matthew Vincent says, welcome back. Alex says, my office is the bathroom. I love it. James Bannon says, what up, Schultzy? Let's get some cards. What up, everybody? Welcome on in, you guys. What up, indeed. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning, bright and early. It is just about 4 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. East Coast time, and let's see. We are about into the hot zone and should be starting to see some movement on the Discord monitors that I'm a part of, the Sports Card Snipers Discord monitors, guys, as well. Yeah, check them out. Card Snipers Discord monitors. One of the reasons I get a lot of sports cards now, as opposed to back about a year ago, was still a little confused about how to grab those. Maybe a year and a half at this point, but yeah, guys, Card Snipers Discord monitor is one of the best tools that I could find out there. And yes, they are a paid Discord group, but they're worth it. And I use them every single week to help y'all grab anything that shows up on Target.com. Ryan McArdell says, good morning, Schultz team. Brian Sachs says, Schultz's biggest fan. Appreciate it, you guys. And speaking of all the biggest fans out there, should be mentioning to you that coming up this Sunday, there will be breaks resuming on Schultz's Card Pulls. Sorry about that. Dropping my phone. Excited to get my breaking area. We've got two different areas. Kind of see how Run Good Life has done it. He kind of moves back and forth from like his live stream area to his breaking area. So I decided to kind of separate the two and make it a little easier for myself to break. So excited to get that going up, but those will be happening again this Sunday here on Schultz's Card Pulls. So make sure y'all tune in for that. We'll be posting those later today on the channel. And we are officially in the hot zone right now, guys. In the hot zone right now. Tommy's Break says Don Russ is pretty fun this year. And Mansa talking about the triple logo man pulled. Yeah, guys, we can talk about all kinds of stuff in the hobby and sports in general leading up to hopefully what will be a fat restock on Target.com. Before we get into that, I guess I should address what we're hoping to see because we are in between releases right now. And unfortunately, guys, as we were all planning, I don't know if you saw the updated schedule from Panini and Cardboard Connection and Beckett, but unfortunately, Select Football getting pushed off, just like Prism Football, guys. Select getting pushed off was supposed to be released tomorrow. Now looking on the release calendar at June 10th. Look at it, June 10th for Select Football. So now an extra month on the schedule, and I gotta ask once again as we get into the hot zone, and we are now officially waiting to see sports cards drop on Target.com. And hopefully we can catch exactly what's going to be restocked. Should be happening here in the next few minutes. If it's today, if not, then I guess Target decided to finally change the day up, and we'll see. We're all kind of guessing and waiting at this point if it's not today. But usually with the every 2 week restock schedule, every Tuesday, every 2 weeks, it has been pretty consistent now since, gotta say, yeah, about October. But, you know, guys, with Panini, just not sure how to feel about Panini pushing off these releases over and over again. And I gotta ask, have you heard anything from Panini themselves about these releases getting pushed off? I feel like every time I hear about Prism being moved, about Select being moved, about Optic being moved, it's from either here in the community, it's from Cardboard Connection, it's from like Steel City Collectibles, DA Card World. It's the distributors that are letting people know. I think like PSA sends out an email with like a calendar of different dates, and sometimes that even up until the last second isn't updated with the correct release date. So it's frustrating to see that there is no info coming out from Panini themselves regarding their actual releases. They're just promoting their crappy products on social media, and anybody that has the power to ask them hard questions won't. They'll just go and talk about all the positive things that they're doing, and yeah, it's frustrating. Ask Panini the hard questions, folks. Flashcard says any word on Optic. As far as I know, it's still on the schedule. It was scheduled for 6/2, but now since Prism's looking at 6/3, Select's looking at 6/10, you're probably looking at Optic way later in the month of June, possibly August, but that's close to the 2022 football season. So pretty nuts to see. I know we've been seeing it in the NBA with Panini cards, but super crazy to see that happening as well with NFL cards, that the former years players are going to be leaking into the current season of football. And that's looking like it's more and more likely with Panini coming up here in the next couple of months. So Optic pushed back as well. And let's see, guys. I see people asking not so much about Panini, but about Bowman, because one of the products that we will be looking for today here on Target.com, if there is a sports card restock, probably some more Contenders Football Megas, I would assume. Bowman Mega Boxes, since Bowman hit the market early for retail. I know that Bowman Hobby Boxes, and I've got my hobby box. I ripped it here on the channel. Excited to get that video released here later this week. But Bowman Hobby Boxes were released on 5/4, and about a week before that, excuse me, like I said, Bowman Retail was released on Walmart, and then slightly, like a couple of days after that, not too long after, slightly trickling out after that was some Bowman retail boxes from Walmart, and then more blasters on Target.com, I would assume. Since the Mojo Refractor boxes, the Bowman Mega Boxes have been Target exclusives the last 2-3 seasons. They will continue to be that way, so keep your eye out for those Bowman Mega Boxes today, y'all. Bowman Mega Boxes is going to be hot off the presses, hopefully, anyways. Hopefully. D West says select got pushed to 629. I had not seen that. The last that I saw on Cardboard Connection, I literally checked yesterday. It was 610. So now they're saying select football 629. You've got to be kidding me. This is why Panini needs to come out consistently with a schedule. And if they're going to move stuff, they need to say so themselves publicly on their social media. They need to put out an updated schedule because we're all just sitting here guessing. This is ridiculous, man. Insane. Insane in the membrane, no doubt. Victor says 2022 Score Football is going to be out before 2021 Prism and Select. You're not wrong, Victor, and it's kind of sad that that happens. Open Box asking if they are done with the Mosaic, asking about Target.com restocking Mosaic Football. I would have to believe so. This is just because there were so little of the iterations of Mosaic available last time that there was a restock. I mean, we can go back to the sports card calendar here, you guys, and you can see we had Megas, Cellos, and Hangers available during the last restock, but that was right around like maybe 500 to 1,000 or two each. Lots of them had less. I think there was just like one product that had maybe a couple of thousand. I got to go back and look at the numbers exactly, but there was almost no Mosaic Football available, so I wouldn't be surprised if Target finished up with that and Excel was just trying to clear out their shelves to get some other product in, like Contenders, you know, like basketball and football for that matter. We still haven't seen Contenders Basketball Mega Boxes yet. I know that we've seen Contenders Football Megas, so interested to see if we're going to see Contenders Basketball Megas as well as, like I said, Bowman Mega Boxes. And you know what? If there's anything else that Target's got from the last couple of weeks or the last couple of months that they're trying to get rid of, that's probably going to be pushed out as well. Maybe some more Chrome Sapphire. Who knows? Chrome Update Sapphire. There were only like 500 boxes of that, so that's doubtful, unfortunately. And everybody hoping for those Rookies and Stars longevity boxes, I think, just like me. Gonna be sitting here. A guy that I know always said, hope in one hand, spit in the other, see which fills up faster. And I think we're all going to be watching our handful of spit fill up a lot faster than the hope then longevity boxes are going to be coming back for Rookies and Stars into stock on Target.com, unfortunately. Not going to be happening this morning. All right, guys, 4:07 Pacific time, 7:07 East Coast time. Looking at the sports card monitors on Discord as well as the target tracker here on Schultz's Card Pulse. No movement as of yet. JC, the lawn care guy, appreciate it. Says the only drops I'm here for is the knowledge Schulte drops on us. Keep it 100. Oh, you rock, man. That's super kind of you to say. So while we wait to see exactly what is in stock right now, guys, or what's going to go into stock, I should show y'all what you can buy at this moment. Those Bowman University blaster boxes. I think the jury's still out on those. No logos, no licensing, essentially just showing guys without logos in college uniforms. So like imagine the Ducks or like the Ohio State Buckeyes, just the colors of the jerseys. Kind of looking like Sage and Pro Set, essentially. But you've got Bowman licensing attached to it, and it's the Bowman U card, so that's why they're valuable. So those blasters are still available. It's cheap if you want to rip some football cards, but I would recommend grabbing too many of those guys. You got Bowman 2022 blasters. Obviously a grab. Obviously pick those up if you can. I think your limit of those is 3. Those are in stock right now, as we were mentioning earlier. You got Donruss baseball retail that did go into stock. I think it was like late Friday or Saturday night that we saw Donruss baseball going into stock on Target.com. So pretty interested to see if they keep doing like these like random drops, sprinkling in some of these cards that maybe aren't necessarily in demand as like premium sets like Prism and Mosaic and Donruss Optic and that kind of thing. You never see, very, very rarely anyways, never see Target stocking those on off times. It's always during these early morning restocks. So essentially we do have this Donruss baseball that dropped during the weekend, and then some Stars and Stripes USA. Not really a fan of those. Me personally just wouldn't recommend those. Stay the hell away, like the plague. Stay the hell away from these world's greatest card chase boxes, whether it be baseball, basketball, or football, guys. This is the world's greatest card baseball chase. Do not grab these boxes. For $20, you're literally burning your money up. You're going to find almost nothing except old packs. I'm talking like junk wax era packs. Essentially, people fill these boxes up for $5 each, selling them for 20 and printing probably, I want to say, like 20 to 50,000, of those boxes just to stick a couple of random hits in there for some slabs, which at that point, it's really not worth it. The hit odds are going to be so low. So avoid that. Avoid that. SSC Pulse says, I just bought a 20-box case of WWE Blasters sealed for $6.25. Cheaper than retail after tax in my state. There you go, SSC. Buying in bulk usually does offer some discounts, so good for you, man. Able to get some WWE Blasters at a discount. Good for you indeed. And yeah, guys, please would appreciate it. Smash that like button. It does help me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee, and it helps me get this out to a ton of more people on YouTube. Get the community growing. You know how that works. Basically, living and dying by the algorithms. Finger. What's going on, Pack Attack Jackpot? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Says, how is the move going, Schulte? And if you haven't checked Pack Attack Jackpot out, guys, please do so. His video is so entertaining. I just saw that he released one, about 20 hours ago. Latest rip. A very, very fun theme. Go check it out. Just like all of his rips have a fun theme. And he's also super, super generous, giving away spots in my breaks, giving away spots in Run Good Life, Chai Cities, Hitman rips his breaks. Everybody getting the love from Pack Attack Jackpot and needs more of a following because, man, I just don't know how the YouTube algorithm works sometimes. They don't always promote good content. And I think Pack Attack Jackpot is the perfect example of that. So go check him out. Give him a few subs, guys. But the move is going well, Pack Attack. We are pretty much, I think, kind of now to the point where we're going room by room, starting to set stuff up that hasn't been set up yet. So essentially still got to put up, all the things on my walls, minus like a couple of aesthetics that you see right now. But the move is going well, man. Excited to get the studio updated. Excited to get some new equipment in here. But I appreciate you asking. I appreciate you asking very, very much, Pack Attack. And like I did say earlier, guys, later on today, check it out, schultescardpulls.com. There will be more breaks posted. Just about all the break packages finally, because I was able to actually get organized and ship them out, in a succinct way that I'm used to. Was able to do that finally. So apologize for the delay, but most of those break packages, and I think I just need to send like a couple of the bigger ones and some giveaway packages that I still owe some people to get all caught up with that. I know I owe some people some blasters from about the last month or so for some giveaways, so I will make sure to get those out very shortly, guys. Have those literally now in my closet with all these names on them with sticky notes and post-its just saying what's going to who. So excited to get those out and excited to get organized again. Boom, boom. Bowman Baseball, everything is a cop, bro, says Ducks. I agree. Yeah, Ducks is speaking the truth, guys. You always grab Bowman Baseball. Bowman is a hold. I remember talking last year about like Bowman Mega Boxes always being a hold. I mean, and if you need more proof than me saying it, go watch me pulling an Anthony Volpe Mojo Refractor First Bowman Auto out of 25 out of a $20 Bowman Mega Box from Target, guys. I found literally one Bowman Mega Box at my local Target on the shelf one day. Ran home, opened it on camera, and wouldn't you know it, Anthony Volpe Boom Mojo Refractor Auto out of 25. I think the PSA 10 version of that sold for right around $1,800 last week or a couple weeks ago. I gave mine up, unfortunately, for raw for right around $600 of value. So I could be killing myself here, value-wise here, in a couple of months or a couple of years. Who knows? Appreciate the link, Tommy's Breaks. Yeah, go check out Pack Attack Jackpot. And Tommy, make sure you throw a link up for yourself, brother. Guys, you got to go watch Tommy's Breaks, too. If you enjoy watching baseball card rips, baseball card breaks, he rips some other sports as well sometimes. But Tommy's Breaks, guys, really entertaining. One of the OGs here on YouTube, and you got to go check him out as well. So, Tommy, make sure to throw a link up for yourself as well. Always got to support the community, guys. All right, everybody asking if there is a sports card restock, and we have not seen anything on the monitors as of yet, guys. And that actually indicating to me that Target might be switching something up. We might have something different going on. This is crazy. This is pretty wacky. Unfortunately, usually right around now, from around 4:08 to now to maybe until about 4:20, we see links start to pop up for the new products, or at least the products that Target.com is throwing in stock that morning. So we're going to hopefully see that happen here in the next couple of minutes. But frustrating that we haven't seen that yet. I usually kind of plan on yakking a bit up until this point, and then Target.com starts to throw stuff in stock and we get to talk about it. But unfortunately, that has not happened as of yet. B for the EV says, no drop today, boys. Well, that's absolutely not confirmed as of yet. That will be fully confirmed at the end of the hot zone expiring at 4:50 if we don't see anything happening. But guys, Target.com has been changing up so often in the past year that we got to stay ready for anything. So who knows what's happening? Who knows? Coach Sib says, I got the Phoenix Suns, talking about the NBA Finals, and the Phoenix Suns still in the Western Conference semifinals against the Dallas Mavericks. That actually, Game 5 coming up tonight. Series tied 2-2 for that. No Ja Morant in Game 4 for the Memphis Grizzlies, and it showed, wow, a 101-98 squeaker by the Golden State Warriors, guys. This Golden State Warriors taking that lead in this series, the trajectory changing 3-1 instead of probably, wow, what a horrible shooting night the Warriors had. If Ja Morant were on the team and weren't injured for the Grizzlies, you gotta say that you would consider that a pretty easy win for the Grizzlies if the Warriors were going to shoot the way that they did last night. So frustrating that they don't have Ja Morant, their young superstar, and I mean superstar, probably better than Damian Lillard was at this age, and is going to set an entirely new standard for the next coming of the guard in the NBA. Ja Morant, ladies and gentlemen. Frustrating that he did not get to make that series a tie, but now it looks like, unfortunately, the Warriors, and I say unfortunately, there are a lot of Warriors fans in here, but as a Blazers fan, I'm hurting. They lead the series now 3-1 over the Grizzlies, and of course the Celtics over the Bucks 116-108. That has been a squeaker of a series as well, guys. Last night, getting that tied up 2-2. The Celtics doing so. So congratulations. The Eastern Conference, definitely a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought the Bucks were just going to sail on. And coming up later tonight, guys, you got the Sixers and the Heat on the other side of the semifinals in the East, as well as, like I just said, the Mavs and the Suns series tied at 2-2 apiece there, both in the East and the West. Brian Lawhorn says, let's go Mavs, let's go Dubs, says Lando. I love it. Open box says, Ja gonna be injury prone. I don't know about that, man. I don't think you can say Ja's gonna be injury prone as of yet. I think that there's a lot to be said, guys, about all of these, not just NBA players, but specifically guys that have had their seasons thrown off. Not necessarily baseball. I know we've seen a lot of injuries in baseball, pitchers wise, so a lot of guys thrown off with like the scheduling of maybe, when they throw bullpens throughout the year and how they're throwing, and basically going off and straying from their programs that they've been on for like the last 10 or 20 years for some of these guys. I mean, that's just how you train and you get used to it in your body, for baseball specifically, because, you need certain muscles that you don't really use in the NFL or the NBA, but not necessarily using all your muscles in baseball in general. But anyways, the point is that the scheduling differences with the pandemics, with delays, with moving of seasons and whatnot, I do think that has had an effect on the NFL and the NBA specifically. I think these guys, how ready you have to be, how quick you've got to be, and how basically, baseball, essentially, your recovery time doesn't have to be as instant. A lot of these guys are playing like, there's that saying, are you hurt or are you injured? So a lot of these guys in baseball are playing hurt. I know that in NBA and NFL, of course, you're seeing a lot of guys playing hurt as well. But I'm just saying these schedules affected them to basically having to deal with a lot more injuries and a lot more of those quick turnarounds. You get a couple of days in town for baseball. It's a little bit easier for you to sleep a couple of nights in one bed, maybe get to feeling yourself, as opposed to in the NBA, you're just one and done. So, and the same with the NFL, you kind of get that week to to feel a little bit better before you have to travel, see if you can play in the next game, but not happening for NBA. So I don't think guys like Ja Morant are injury prone. I do think the schedule change for these guys in the pandemic has affected a lot of things, and you've seen a lot of injuries happen that necessarily wouldn't have happened. All right, guys, 4:20 Pacific time. 4:20 Pacific time here on Schultz's Card Pulls on the weekly Target Watch. Have not seen anything happening as of yet on Target.com. I'll let y'all know exactly what pops up on the monitors and when. We've got the Target tracker here. We're talking a bit ago about exactly what's in stock. And yeah, guys, so other than those world's greatest chase baseball card blasters, you got Contenders Football hangers, which they got like that specific sparkle parallel. But if you're looking at Contenders, you want to get the megas because of that guarantee of an auto. At least, I say guarantee, the on average. Panini could on average it with points, but hey, it could be better than an auto at some points, right? As well as Big League Baseball blaster boxes, which I also would avoid like the plague. If you want to grab a Heritage Football or Heritage Baseball Mega Box, I would champion that you stay away from these at Target and go for the Walmart versions because you got the chrome parallels out of those. So that's what I would do if I were you guys trying to find some Heritage. Oh, no way. Godzilla Sports Cards, the $10 super sticker. Dude, thank you so much, Godzilla. Just too generous of you, man. A Godzilla Sports Cards, a $10 super chat says #1 fan on the super sticker, excuse me. Thank you, Godzilla Sports, dude. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so freaking much. You guys, every time you do that, man, you shoot me through the heart. You give me the tingles. You give me the goosebumps, man. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like y'all are actually appreciating what I do. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Polk County Box Breaks. What's going on, man? Polk County Box Breaks in the house. We got the big channel in here. What's going on, Polk County? Happy to have you, brother. Welcome on in. Not that you need me promoting you, obviously, but yeah, check out Polk County Box Breaks, guys. Yeah, you don't need me promoting you. You're like 10 times my size, buddy. Congrats on your success. Nolan Stoltz asking if there is anything yet. Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, nothing loaded on Target.com, guys. We're looking right now at 4:22 Pacific, 7:22 East Coast time, 6:22 Central, 5:22 Mountain, and no movement. No movement on Target.com as of yet, unfortunately. I'll let y'all know as soon as that changes, guys, but it's been a pretty down one this morning. Pretty low, unfortunately. That's how a lot of y'all feel showing up like, what the hell? Where are you, Target.com? Now, there were, I saw people talking in the Discord. There were people saying that maybe they were going to push it off to next week because essentially we are in the middle of release time right now. But then I also heard on the other end that Target would be restocking like normal because every 2 weeks, guys, every 2 weeks on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday has been their very consistent schedule since about October. But like I've said, Target has switched it up pretty regularly. Last year in the 2021 calendar year, they switched it up 3 times. First, it was Fridays, their normal restock day. Then they switched it up to still kind of being a random day throughout the week, every single week, and then switched to every other Tuesday. First, it was every Tuesday, then every other Tuesday. And now, shoot dang, guys, I don't know what's going on here. 4:24 Pacific time. Trying to see if they're making us wait an extra week, an extra day. Who knows? Who knows? Could be pushing it off to tomorrow. Could be pushing it off to Thursday. Definitely have a reason to stream the rest of the week if there's no Target.com restock today. Absolutely not. Oh, Bowie, I appreciate you, man, giving me credit. Says Schultz, you called it on Joker winning MVP 2 years in a row. Appreciate that, Bowie. I mean, yeah, you guys, Joker is so good. He's undervalued, and I cannot believe after winning 2 MVPs now, pretty much officially that, well, officially for sure, that his rookie cards are not through the roof in value. I cannot believe it. I just don't understand it. Don't understand it. April Ogle asking if Julio Rodriguez is going to be Rookie of the Year. That's a good question. He leads the league, I believe, still in stolen bases. He's got to get his average up, but I think that if he hits a couple more homers and looks a little bit more consistent at the plate, he's starting to get into that groove. But I think if he hits a couple of more majestic bombs and has like a big moment or two this season, whatever stats he's got, I think if you get those kind of moments in the season, along with like his stolen base numbers and everything, I think he will win Rookie of the Year. But, you know, that's a biased Mariner fan. Oh, Beast in the Beauty Breaks, thank you so much, man. A $5 super chat says, love the new setup. Here's a $5 chat for the kitties. Thank you so much, Beast in the Beauty Breaks. I appreciate you, man. Not even complete yet. Not even complete. Still getting a new desk. So excited to get like one of those like butcher block style desks, and excited to like add all that, get some other aesthetics in the studio, but that's coming. So Beast in the Beauty Breaks, dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Seriously, you guys, shooting me through the freaking heart every time you give me one of those. I'm not lying. Goosebumps. Frank V says Embiid got robbed. Barca fan says Embiid was the real MVP. Embiid is better. I'm not denying that Joel Embiid is super talented and was up there for the MVP for sure. But, you know, the way that Jokic has been playing, and when you're MVP the year before, you got to play. I mean, some people agree that Joel Embiid unseated him. Some people did not as MVP. I am one of those that I just don't think Jokic could be beat in that award this year. I just don't think he could. I think with the season we had last season and the season we had this year, people are just looking for a guy like Jokic to repeat, but probably next year, Joel Embiid winning that MVP. DW asking, Schulte, what are your thoughts on Donruss Baseball? I like Donruss Baseball. It's definitely, obviously, kind of a hater-love set, but I think even without the logos, it's got a lot of inserts. You've got a lot of different parallels that you can chase. The auto list is huge, but there are some great names on there, some good rookies as well. So if you guys are jonesing to rip something, I would recommend you grab one Donruss Baseball Mega Box and see if you can pull anything good. I mean, there are great hits. Even though there are no logos, guys, you can pull some super low numbered parallels of some really cool players of today and former years. So I think it was last week, an Optic Baseball Hobby Box Run Good Life pulled a Ken Griffey Jr. 6 out of 10. I don't think it was a peacock. It was like a special parallel, though. Ken Griffey Jr. 6 out of 10. Just a beautiful looking card. Those are the kinds of hits that you can pull out of Panini Baseball, no doubt. Randman Sports Card says, what up, Schulte? How you doing, Randman? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for checking in. We are hanging out this morning, guys. 4:28 Pacific time, 7:28 East Coast time. Unfortunately, no restock as of yet on Target.com. Have not seen anything happening, which is, pretty, at this point, pretty late in the morning. I'm not going to lie, guys. It is a little frustrating. And if Target.com hasn't restocked yet, we still have about another 22 minutes in the hot zone for them to put something up on the website. And I have seen, people shouldn't go anywhere yet. I have seen mornings just like this where Target will kind of make us wait and then throw something up super late up on the monitors. So, there's like, just because it hasn't happened at like 4:10, 4:15, there's no reason to panic just yet. Maybe another 20 minutes we can get mad and we can panic. Absolutely. All right, over 1,200 of you in here. Wow, you guys, I appreciate it. Every single one of you hanging out. Y'all are awesome. If you could, it really does help me. Please smash that like button. I live and die by that algorithm here on YouTube. It helps me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee when you hit that like button. But it also sends this out to more people. I'll get more subscribers. You all know how this works. Good old YouTube algorithm. Barca fan, is National Treasure still live? I don't think National Treasures has any kind of retail that you're going to be able to get, but National Treasures football is, I'm assuming, what you're talking about, around, 2,000, 2,500 hobby box. Pretty penny there. Pretty penny. I know Hitman Rips just ripped a box on his channel. I'm sure Run Good Life did as well. I've been moving, so unfortunately not able to keep up with some of these normal schedules of videos of my favorite rippers that I would like, but I know all those guys are on top of it ripping those boxes, and they are a pretty penny faux show. Eric A says, come on, Target, give us at least one thing. Yeah, Eric A, that would be nice, although if they're gonna give us one thing, you would hope that they give us like more than one, like looking at 2, 3, 4, because we've seen those super lax mornings where they'll just throw 2 or 3 items out, and those suck. Those are not fun. Beast in the Beauty Break says, sorry, I did see your member for 6 months. Chat Brother said, okay, your thoughts on Diamond Kings. Now, I'm not the hugest fan of like Gridiron Kings or Court Kings or Diamond Kings. I mean, it's the same reason, guys. That's more of like an artist set. It's the same reason I'm not the hugest fan of like Topps Gallery for baseball. It's just not my cup of tea. Some people love it. Some people love the artistic sets and the parallels that you can get out of those. So I would say that there's, I don't know, there's a market for, you know, Gridiron Kings or Court Kings or Diamond Kings with no logos. But Diamond Kings without logos, guys, in my opinion, you need logos for that kind of set to look good. That's just me. And there aren't the kind of crazy parallels out of Diamond Kings like there are out of like Donruss Optic Baseball or Donruss Baseball, for instance. So that's my opinion on Court Kings, Gridiron Kings, and Diamond Kings. Just not the hugest fan, but like I said, I'm not really a fan of Topps Gallery either, so that's just me. Speaking of one set that I am a fan of, guys, this does come out tomorrow, and I am very excited to rip this. I'm going to buy an expensive hobby box. I always do here on the channel every single year. Topps Tribute. Excited to rip a Topps Tribute hobby box, guys. Those running usually around $350 to $450 every single year. Those are hit-based hobby boxes. You get 6 packs per hobby box. I believe you get 3 autos or 4 autos per hobby box. And case hits could include something like, I believe, booklets, or last year it was like a green monster piece of the wall, plus like a really, really awesome Hall of Famer player auto. So excited to rip some Topps Tribute Baseball coming up here tomorrow. Speaking of sets that I do like, that comes out Wednesday the 11th. And now at 4:32 Pacific time, guys, if we are not seeing a restock today, and we've got about another 17, 18 minutes or so to determine if we are going to catch a restock. If there isn't one today, of course, there is always Walmart.com every single Wednesday, but I understand that people are very frustrated with how that works. It's Walmart.com restocks. Just unfortunately do not get very, very much love for the manual crowd, because all of those items usually go out of stock very quickly right after they go in stock at noon Pacific, 3 East Coast time. Appreciate it. Tommy's Break says, hit that like. Brian Lawhorn says, 1,200 likes, or 1,200 people, only 334 likes. Let's get it to at least 600. I appreciate you, Brian. That'd be awesome. Yeah, let's get it to like 600 likes. Love 1,000. Love 1,000. That'd be awesome. Peyton Sayers says, they're watching you, Schulte. LOL. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm flattered if Target.com's people actually checked in and wanted to watch and see what the hell I'm doing to try and help people grab sports cards. You know, but it sucks that if they are watching me and they're trying to get one over on this crowd that's in the live stream, you know, I understand that they're like people that are still trying, holding steady, just gripping the last like finger or two onto the rail of reselling sports cards for profit, hanging on to that by a thread, if you will. I understand there are a few people in the chat that are doing that, but most of the people here are just trying to get sports cards at retail cost. And it's frustrating when Target.com, you know, if they are watching, you know, this live stream, they're still trying to get one over on us. Like, don't try to get one over on us. Help us out. This is the community of the good peeps. To main cards, at some point today, LeBron is going to tweet that Embiid got robbed. You're probably right. You're probably right. Not surprised. LeBron checking in, giving his opinion when nobody really wants it. Tommy's Break says, I need to find me some of those. I'm going to Fenway July 4th versus the Rays. You know, Tommy, so excited for you, buddy. I have been to Fenway watching the Red Sox versus the Mariners versus the Rays. And, gosh, who was the other team that I saw? I think like the Pirates were in town. It was a super random one. A couple of years ago, sat up in the right field bleachers. But Fenway Park obviously should be on all your sports card bucket lists or sports bucket lists. If it is not, you got to check that stadium out. All right, unfortunately, no movement as of yet on Target.com. A little frustrating, guys, a little confusing. Have not seen anything happening this week. And y'all wondering why? I'm wondering the same thing. But we got about 16 minutes, now 15 minutes or so left in the hot zone on Schulte's card pulls. People talking about the triple logo man poll. Yeah, we can talk about the controversy there, guys. 2 triple logo mans polled within, what, 2 or 3 weeks of each other, and one of the triple logo mans out of Flawless that had $1 million bounty on it was pulled by one of the shadiest breakers in the biz. Unfreaking believable. Georgie J, what's up, baby? Says Schultzy, loving it, brosif. I appreciate you, Georgie J. I saw Run Good Life asking a question about this on the community post, putting up a poll asking if he thinks, or you asking your opinion if you think it's shady or not. And if I had to answer that poll right now, I do think that it's shady. I absolutely think that this is, it could be, I don't know. This is just my speculation, just opinions here, but it could be like a pump and dump scheme that we're looking at here. We could be seeing the backdoor deal, like the $1 million bounty could have been cut in half, behind the scenes if he publicly revealed this card or whatever, or got sent the box knowingly that contained, the LeBron triple logo man. There's so many different things that could happen here, and it's super frustrating to see a group of breakers that has been constantly filled with controversy and untrustworthiness get basically pushed to the top by, I would say, really dumb young sports card fans that don't really know what's what in the hobby, what's up or down. And unfortunately, some of those dumb young sports card fans have money. But then you look at a group like Backyard Breaks, they're one of the only ones out there. You got them, you got Leighton Sports Cards, you've got like a kind of a small group of breakers that are breaking that big product. So there are a bunch of rich people out there that want to rip those cases, that want to get their hands into those breaks, even if it is $40,000 a spot, say, mentioning that massive Blez Sports Cards, Leighton Sports Cards combo break. But the point is, there are only so many groups that run these breaks, and your options are limited, but it is still frustrating that a group like Backyard Breaks gets so put on a pedestal in this hobby. It's unbelievable. It's wrong, it's bad for the hobby, and it tells new people coming in that that's what the hobby's all about. Clint asking, remember that time you said Contenders Megas would be good and similar to longevity boxes? How'd that work out for you? I don't know, Clint. I enjoyed ripping my Contenders box. I'm just saying. I really enjoyed ripping my Contenders box. Frank V. the third asking, Schulte, who's your starting quarterback going to be? And I actually ripped 2 Contenders Megas. I pulled a Mac Jones relic and a Justin Fields relic. I was pretty happy. I thought they were great. Talking about the Oregon Ducks, Frank V, I think Bo Nix is going to be the Oregon Ducks starting quarterback. I think it's going to be an easy one. Looking at some highlights from the spring game, people weren't really impressed with Ty Thompson or Jay Butterfield as much. So I firmly believe that Bo Nix, his final year of eligibility, the reason that he transferred to the University of Oregon is because you guys don't understand. There's so many conversations that are happening behind the scenes, with these transfers, either on their way out of a school or on their way into a school. So many conversations happening behind the scenes that we all aren't privy to when we see these news articles of a transfer. When Bo Nix made that decision to transfer to University of Oregon with that extra year of eligibility, graduate eligibility, I believe he has, or it's just the final year of Auburn eligibility, I think that he knew he had a very good chance at the starting position at the University of Oregon. So I would bet this house here that Bo Nix is going to be the starting quarterback for the University of Oregon coming up in 2022. Hoosiers says, Schultze spitting facts. I appreciate it, man. Clint Phelps says, congrats on your relics. Clint, I could pull a $1,000 card out of retail, bro, and you'd be like, oh, yay, you found the one. Like, Clint, nothing can please you. There's no way I can please you. It's okay. I'm just saying. Contenders were a fun rip. The Mega Boxes, I actually haven't gotten my hands on the Fanatics Megas yet. Somebody near me ripped a Trevor Lawrence auto from a Contenders Football Mega, so was happy to see that, man. I have the picture on my phone, but I'm not sure I can... Yeah, I don't really have a way. I should have a way to just post it on the screen, but I don't yet. But yeah, excited to see that, guys. A T-Law auto out of Contenders Football Megas there. So I don't know. They seem pretty loaded to me. All right, guys, 4:40 Pacific time, 7:40 East Coast time. Speaking of Contenders Megas or anything else that's going to be stocked on Target.com for that matter, or not restocked, unfortunately, no new items popping up on Target.com. No new items popping up on Target.com this morning. Oscar posts, Schultzy salty AF. When I say that Clint doesn't get happy about anything, no, I'm just pointing out facts, brother. I'm actually having a good morning. No, it's been fun. I'm a little frustrated that Target.com isn't restocking and adhering to their normal schedule, but having a really good morning. Was feeling pretty good when I woke up. Excited to be alive. Excited to get up and see if we could get some sports cards, and unfortunately, that has not happened as of yet. April Ogle asking, when will Barnes & Noble get Bowman Baseball? That is a great question, April. I would assume this week or next week, I think, since Target already has it, since Walmart has had it on their website. It's not too far out from Barnes & Noble's also. Yeah, check those Barnes & Noble's in stores. A lot of cards available in stores at Barnes & Noble's, guys. Backyard GoPro says they added 40,000 more Bowman blasters. I mean, so Barnes & Noble, if you're waiting to get your blasters there, don't wait to get them at Barnes & Noble. Get them here at Target.com for $29.99 and use your red card and get the 5% off. It's a great deal, right? So $27.50, right? Or $1.25 off, sorry. Yeah, you're looking at $1.50 off, so $28.50, excuse me. So $28.50 per Bowman blaster. It's not too shabby. It's a decent deal. Yeah, about 9 minutes away from the hot zone expiring, and unfortunately, no sports card restock on Target.com as of yet. Polk County Box Break says 24-pack Bowman boxes are basically 4 blasters in one box, in my opinion. Now, that would be a bad deal, right? Because 4 blasters are going for $120 as opposed to a 24-pack. Retail is like $150 on Walmart.com. So, yeah, just trying to do the math. Sorry that I'm a little slow on that, Polk County, but you're saying that that's a crappy deal then. It sounds like all of those cards really equaling what 4 blasters would give you. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to spend $150 on Bowman retail, I know some of the parallels are only available in retail, but that's just to keep that allure there. And Bowman retail is one of the better retail sets out there, in my opinion. But if you guys are spending $150, $200 on retail, I champion you to spend the extra $100, $150 and just go for a Bowman hobby box. You got a much better chance at guaranteed parallels. You got a guaranteed auto. You've got the atomic refractor coming out of the hobby box. So your chances for hits are much huger. Find that Ellie De La Cruz. Find that Khalil Watson. Find that Cody Mead. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Kenny F saying, are we going to see Prism or Select Football first? We are going to see Prism. We are going to see Prism Football. Clint says Bowman blasters are $30. Yikes. Yeah, Clint, all of those blasters besides like Heritage, really, really low value blasters like Heritage, which is still $24.99. Donruss basketball is $24.99. And then if you really want to go low, like Opening Day is $19.99. Big League Baseball is $19.99. Essentially, Clint, all of those blaster box prices went up from $20 to $25 and $30. If you're selling them at Walmart, $35 because of inflation, man. It's definitely dynamic market prices changing a little bit, and the resale price obviously forcing companies in 2020 for Panini especially to try and get their hands on some more of that profit than they were. So essentially, they had to up the price a little bit. But, you know, blasters were $20 forever. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, guys, you go back to like the late 2000, 20 aughts, you're looking at like $20 blaster boxes. So 10 plus years without a price increase. And then finally $30, $25 blaster boxes is what we're going to be paying in 2022. It makes sense. I mean, you go back, I'm looking at like 2001 Topps blasters or Topps like combo boxes, which sell for stupid money now. But on the sticker price on the shelf, you saw like $15, maybe $20 at that time. But yeah, $20 blasters, unfortunately, just a thing of the past. Inflation has taken us above that level. Frank Castle asking about any drops this morning. No, Frank, unfortunately, no drops yet, which is super frustrating. And I'm not going to lie, it's definitely something that I think not a lot of people expected. Coming back now every other week on Target.com for the last 3-4 months, actually more like 5, have been seeing the same schedule on Target.com. But like I've been telling you guys, you know what? Even if they do, they could go tomorrow. They could go Thursday if they don't restock here in the next few minutes. But even if they do go tomorrow, Thursday, or next Tuesday, guys, regardless of whatever day that they do, proves my point that Target.com will switch it up on us. They're absolutely prone to switching it up. So everybody thinking they got that schedule nailed, you know, you don't. You don't. It's like Billy Bean in Moneyball. Like, I've heard you go into those living rooms of those kids and say, when I know, I know. Talking about if they're going to be big league stars. And you don't. You don't. So we don't know. We don't know anything, unfortunately. Football 11 says, what do you think the new drop time will be? I don't know. I don't know what the new drop time is going to be. That's kind of what I'm addressing right now. Unfortunately, not really quite keen. Looks like I'm a little out of focus. Sorry, guys. Yeah, not quite keen on exactly what Target.com wants to do going forward schedule-wise. And yeah, like I said, they have switched it up pretty consistently throughout the years previous. So hadn't been surprised that Target would switch it up at some point. And here we are, guys. Here we are. We're about 4 minutes out from the hot zone. See if I can get back in focus there. There we go. About 4 minutes out from the hot zone expiring, and no sports cards on Target.com. The Finn FTW, what's going on, man? Going on. Gosh, we got a lot of guys with 100,000+ subscribers in here this morning. Verified channels in the house. I love it. The Finn FTW says, Bowman University worth holding. You know, Finn, if you want to look at it as a hold, I would say like one hobby box maybe, but don't waste your money on Bowman University retail. I'm not really thinking that this is going to be too long-term of a great set. I would consider it maybe slightly better than OTE basketball. The chance, because some of these guys are in their college colors, the chance, you know, for some of the values there, since it is a Bowman football set, and this is the first Bowman football set that we've seen in a while, that has the chance for some value, a little bit of value, but I wouldn't really buy more than one hobby box if I were you, Finn. That's just me. Peyton Sayers says 85% sure they move to next week. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, one of the things we have seen, guys, from Target.com in between premium releases like this, and we've seen Select and Prism continue to get pushed back, but one of the things we've seen Target.com and Excel Marketing do is kind of space out their releases, space out their drops. So skipping an extra week here and there usually helps schedule-wise with the releases coming out, and it also helps them get caught up. And every, you know, so often, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, it helps getting caught up like that. That extra week really does help. Brad Selden says, weed is the same price as it was when I'm in college. Well, yeah, buddy, you're talking about a commodity that has mostly been priced by the black market until states legalized it for medicinal use. And now, obviously, gosh, I think more than half the states in the union are close to have legalized it for recreational use. So you're talking about a commodity that has been sold mostly on the black market, my friend, not a retail company setting a product's price and then seeing the trajectory of that product. I mean, weed has always been there, and weed will be what it is. We know what it is, buddy. Sports cards are a little bit different than that. Just a little bit different. Wong Loose is nothing good today. I'm basically waiting for Prism, even though they keep pushing them back. Yeah, unfortunately, Wong Lu, I have not seen any new items popping up, guys. We are about a minute away from the hot zone expiring. And yeah, no new sports card products popping up on the monitors or the Target tracker. So we can officially say that it looks like Target is going to be skipping this Tuesday here on Schultz's Card Pulls on the weekly Target Watch. Just about a few seconds away from the hot zone expiring. Pretty crazy. Randman Sports Cards asking if Contenders Megas are a good hold. Yes, Randman, I believe a couple of those, 2 or 3 of those Contenders Megas are a good hold, and it's looking solely at last year's with a good rookie quarterback class and how much value they have gained. The chance at autos is there in the Contenders Megas. The 2021 rookie quarterback class is flush. You got 5 guys that you can look for that are hits. So yes, I think Contenders Megas are a good hold, absolutely. The Finn FTW says, hate flipping. Don't get it for a few bucks, especially after the eBay fees, but love holding to see if it goes up or down after you know who makes it. Yeah, Finn, I agree, man. It's fun when you buy. Everybody's got their like specific system, you know, but I always love if I'm going to buy like a couple of boxes to rip, I want to buy 2 boxes to hold as well. That's just me. So if I'm buying a couple of boxes, or if I'm buying, like, I love to rip Mosaic, I just can't hold on to it nearly as much as I should be able to. So what I do, I try to set a limit for myself, and I say, all right, you are not going to rip 2 of each Mosaic product. You're going to set those aside for the future. So that's essentially how I do it. Some people buy 5 of each product. Some people buy 10. But I like to have 2 of each, like hanger box, blaster box, mega box, and so on and so forth. So I agree, man. Holding those, yeah, that's fun when those guys pop. And some of those guys that you didn't expect at that time go off, and then you go and, oh, hey, I've got like 7 of these rookies here out of this box. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's fun. That's absolutely the best one. Michael Trent says, Break Sunday, help us fill this retail void. LOL. Yes, Michael, I will have breaks back coming up this Sunday. Don't y'all worry. They will be posted later today here on Schultz's Card Pulls. So yeah, you can get your fill, man. Don't y'all worry, guys. Right, breaks will be coming back here this Sunday. Should be posted later today. Excited about the combos that I've got coming up. And actually, unfortunately, guys, as we see, the hot zone has expired on Schultz's Card Pulls. No sports card restock happening on Target.com today. No restock officially, at least in the hot zone. I'll hang out for another 20 minutes or so to see if they decide to, restock late, or I'd be happy to answer any questions about either the card hobby or getting cards on Target.com or sports in general. Let me know. I'll be hanging out for about another 20 minutes or so, and we will be back bright and early tomorrow, hoping for that restock as well, guys, because now officially seeing the schedule change from Target.com. Could be next Tuesday, but we don't know. We don't know when they're going to be showing up. But speaking of breaks coming up this Sunday, I will give you guys a little bit of a preview of the combinations available. Some pretty fun ones, guys. Budget football, I think, is going to be a pretty sick one. Excited to run this one. Some Mosaic Football Megas, a Prism Football Mega Box from 2020, and then a Rookies and Stars Longevity Box as well. So chance to pull a couple autos in the budget football break there. And the budget basketball break, going to be running some Prism Mega Boxes, Mosaic Mega Boxes, and an Optic H2 box. That is an exciting one as well. Rookie quarterback auto chase. This is a spendy one, but this will be fun, guys. A 2020 Chronicles football hobby box. Those are $1,000 a pop. Those are spendy. And then a Phoenix football hobby box. Those just came out, as well as a select football mega box from last year from Walmart. And a couple of Mosaic Mega Boxes as well. And then I've got another basketball break also that I'll be throwing up. So nice basketball budget and kind of full price, a little spendier football break. Both football and basketball breaks going to be going this weekend here on Schultz's Card Pulls. And if they sell out, if they're popular enough, why not? I'll post a Bowman break that I was putting together. So excited to see if I can get a baseball break filled on the channel as well. Somebody asking if WWE Prism is a good hold. I'm not sure the blaster boxes long-term are going to be a good hold. I just don't know enough about WWE. I know that initially, because of the nostalgia and it being the first WWE Prism debut product that's out there, that's going to hold some value. But I don't know if it's going to be, like holding multiple cases, like just making thousands of dollars type of a deal. Not sure that's going to be happening. But I'll be honest, man, I don't know enough about the trajectory of fighters and the value of WWE or fighting cards to give you a full-on estimate about that. So take my advice, especially on fighting cards, as you will, with a grain of salt there. Polk County Box Break says, those NSW Parkside boxes sat on my local shelf for months, and then I see them sell for almost 3 times on eBay. Blew my mind. Trinity Rodman pushing those prices, though. Yeah, that's the thing, man. One card, specifically one card that comes out later, pushing those really, really cheap boxes up. Sometimes it just happens. It's the way that it goes, and it is why people try to... It's the whole game of holding cards. It's why it exists. People try to pick the boxes that they think are going to hold those sexy rookies eventually, and then they're going to sit on a bunch of those and make old pay dirt someday. That's how it works. Tommy's Breaks saying baseball. Talking about a baseball break coming up here on Schultz's card pulls. I think that I would love to run a Bowman baseball break, guys. I've got my hands on a Bowman hobby box from 2020 and thinking I want to do like some Chrome update along with like a Bowman 2022 hobby box or something like that. So excited to see if I can run a baseball break as well. Brian Johnson says, did you hear that WWE contract with Panini is the reason we're not getting Prism football and hoops? I did not hear that. Is that confirmed? Because that is absolutely nuts if so. Sad that Panini just threw this fighting release into the middle of all these NBA and NFL releases that Panini has really made their business on, and then ends up pushing those actual like really, really good cards back. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. If that is true, that's very frustrating. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Please, we got about another 15 minutes of the stream. If you want to hang, talk about sports cards in general or what's going to be coming up. Eventually, Prism and Select going to be hitting the schedule, but seeming like they just getting pushed off week after week after week without really any notification from Panini. We're all just left to figure it out on our own. Super frustrating, but if you're still here, guys, and you haven't yet, please smash that like button. Does help me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Sends this out to a ton more people on YouTube. Y'all know how it works. Y'all know. Card Collector Carter asking a great question. What football do you think is going to drop on Target next drop? I do think some Contenders Football Megas are going to drop again. I know that there were quite a few in stock during the last drop, but I still think they are going to have a few left, or at least a couple of thousand that they just had like for returns or sitting on the shelves there that they're going to get rid of. So I would plan on Contenders Football. As far as other football, though, getting pretty slim. We're hoping for some Rookies and Stars longevity boxes, but we have not seen those in months. I would assume that those are done with. And unfortunately, I'm trying to think of any other possible releases that could be coming out. It's like 2021 Don Russ football. That's kind of long gone. Yeah. Phoenix doesn't have retail. Obviously, National Treasures doesn't have retail. So I think like Gridiron Kings, if they are going to release some football retail, then that would be another iteration that we could possibly see as well. But we've got to see some Bowman Mega Boxes coming up soon. You know, on top of the football, we've got to see some Bowman Mega Boxes, I think, either this restock or the next restock on Target.com. No doubt. Because like I said, those are Target-specific releases. And those Mega Boxes are always a hot item. Those Mojo Refractors are my favorite parallels in this hobby. Period. Point blank. Hands down. Nick Foles says, Pikachu. Exactly. Frank V says, Rookies and Stars done with. Panini had them for 150. Yeah, I'm not surprised, and they still got bought because I think on eBay they're about 180 right now. Not cheap to get your hands on those Rookies and Stars longevity anymore. Godzilla Sports Cards asking, Schulte, when does Select drop? Select football at this point looking like I saw June 10th on Cardboard Connection, but somebody else said June 29th. So we're looking at some point in June now for Select football. And then obviously Prism football was supposed to be coming out originally tomorrow, but now pushed off to June 3rd. So unfortunately, the releases from 2021 getting pushed off to summer of 2022 for football without any comment from Panini. And you know, people want to accuse me. People all like, Jordan, you're just bitching at Panini. You're being so negative. And it's like, well, if they actually answered questions publicly, if they had a customer service department that got back to their people and actually tried to fix problems in a timely manner. And instead of just promoting a bunch of random crap on their social media, updated us collectors on when things were going in stock, why things were being moved, when things were being moved. I go to Panini's Twitter, I go to Panini's Instagram. I don't see anything as far as updates for releases being moved in either of those social media platforms. I'm on Panini's email list, and all it says is Prism coming soon, Select coming soon. What the hell, man? Soon could mean 4 days, it could mean 2 months, it could mean 6 months. The definition of soon is pretty ambiguous, and it's the reason that you use the word soon. So Panini, step your freaking game up. Oh, wait, you don't have to, because you're going to be out of the hobby here in what, 2-3 years? The rights to your cards are going to be gone, you know, so maybe that is why they're printing and putting more weight onto a WWE Prism and printing that first before Select Football or Prism NFL Football, because that's the only cards they're going to have here in a couple of years. Ridiculous. Great point by somebody in the chat, says not buying football next season. I'll tell you what, guys, the 2022 football class is going to be terrible. I don't think there's going to be any value in it. And I'm going to be making a video here pretty soon asking if it's going to kill the hobby. I don't think it's going to kill the hobby, but I'm obviously, you know, because that's what we got to do on YouTube, put a dramatic title and, oh, is the hobby dead? Are the lack of offensive players in the draft class going to kill the hobby? Well, it will kill interest in football cards. It's going to vault the values of 2020 and 2021 boxes further through the ceiling. These quarterbacks, guys, are going to be carrying the quarterback class value of the hobby for at least the next 5 seasons. You don't get classes of quarterbacks like this very often, where you've got 3 to 5 guys 2 years running that are highly sought after by collectors. That just doesn't happen very often. These are obviously long tenured positions in the NFL. Quarterbacks, only 32 of them exist. It's not like wide receivers or running backs where you're moving, you know, in and out and getting reps to multiple guys each game. You're literally looking at 32 guys that get to start in the NFL at quarterback, right? And all of those teams in the NFL are the good ones anyways, want to try to have tenured 10 to 20, year players, in that position to build some longevity, to build some consistency. Because if you're having a different quarterback every year, you're a horrible team. See the Cleveland Browns, for instance. See, up until Deshaun Watson left the Houston Texans, see the Houston Texans. Just year after year after year trying to fill the gaps. They don't work. So the value of quarterbacks is there for a reason. It's very rare to see big rookie quarterback classes like we've seen in the last 2 years, 2020 and 2021. That's done wonders for the hobby value-wise. That's done wonders for football cards value-wise. However, we've got to do a better job as a sports card collector's market, because if we just value those quarterbacks, then what happens? A guy like Pickett coming out in the first round as the only quarterback this season. And one of like 4 or 5 overall drafted. Not many quarterbacks or offensive players were taken in the first round or overall in the NFL draft. And when those offensive skill players aren't there, when those quarterbacks aren't there, there's no value in that draft class. There's no value, at least for sports card collectors, in those releases. So what are you going to do? Some people just saying you're going to leave them on the shelves. So that's going to hurt the value of the hobby overall, guys. And we got to do better valuing guys like Jonathan Taylor, valuing guys like Justin Jefferson. But beyond that, we have got to start caring what defensive ends and cornerbacks and linebackers do. We've got to start valuing those guys in the NFL. We have to. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that even classic players, for instance, great NFL tight end my dad was referring to, Bruce Smith, the other day, can find like a PSA 10 of his rookie card. I think for around $3,000 is the price that I saw, and a Jerry Rice rookie card from the same year. And now, of course, Jerry Rice, one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, PSA 10 talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just there you go right there, showing the disparity in the collecting market. Just unbelievable. So we all got to do better. Be included, guys. Marco says, hey, lay off my Browns. Jason says, leave my Browns alone. It's okay, guys. I'm a Mariners fan, so experiences in futility are pretty common with me, and I would say that I am pretty used to that crappy kind of team. So we're all in it together, guys. And the Browns have had more success than Seattle Mariners have as of late. That's for sure. It is all about the position players. You're not wrong. All about those skill position players. Quality Sports Breakers says keep buying the 2021 class quarterbacks. Absolutely. Everybody's going to be buying those. Yeah, everybody's going to be on top of those. Just like 2020. No doubt. Jab47 says, very true. Saw you say last time how crappy quarterback's worth more than the rookie red receiver who made it to the Super Bowl. Yeah, it does not make sense, Jab. I don't get it. I don't understand why the players in the hobby that are actually impacting. Now, eventually I would like to see this, game to game impacts, kind of making cards look like a stock market essentially, and seeing prices kind of going up and down every day like that. I think long term, that's what's going to be a good thing for the hobby. And if that happens, it's going to bring the most people in. But yeah, when you see game to game, a guy like Jamar Chase, NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, putting up the numbers that he is and just being a stud and being a once in a generation type player, because he is. That's undeniable. Jamar Chase is going to be setting the standard for NFL wide receivers for the next decade in this league. Come on, guys. And we're not spending more money on his auto than, like a second tier rookie quarterback of Davis Mills. Come on. That's ridiculous. We all have to do better as a card collecting community. We all have to. Mace Mills says the market is evolving. You're not wrong. Nick Foles says Jerry Rice-A-Roni. I love it. We need more data. You're right, Mace. You're right. We need more data, and hopefully, I'm assuming with Fanatics taking over and the new money into the hobby, I really do think that sports cards are going to be covered like sports betting. You're going to have betting lines, next to the games, just kind of on a network specific, VSiN, for instance, covering sports betting all day, every day, talking about the lines and sports betting in conjunction with sports only. I truly think that there is going to be similar conversation around sports cards and sports, because that will be a fun market to be a part of, you guys. Could you imagine if sports cards were a little bit more like sports betting, were a little bit more like a stock market, day-to-day prices changing like that? I'm telling you, the infrastructure is being put into place by these companies right now that have been offering up, cards as investments or pieces of cards as investments and whatnot. I think it's coming. I really do. And I think that if Fanatics can do the right thing and allow all collectors to get their hands on stuff like that, then that's going to be a good thing going forward, and it is going to help the hobby going forward. And sustainability-wise, we're going to be seeing people coming into the hobby for years and years to come, because so many people have flocked to sports betting because of how accessible it is. Imagine how awesome it would be if sports cards were that accessible also. Randman Sports Cards, I appreciate you, man. Says new subscriber here, by the way, and love the channel. Thank you, Randman. I appreciate that very, very much. You guys are too kind. No, glad that I can entertain you. Yeah, sports cards talk, sports talk. We got sports card rips, sports card breaks here on the channel. Sports card news breakdowns, all kinds of stuff here on Schulte's Card Pulls. Yeah, Jab47 says Mill stock went up surprisingly. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Pull Monster says hobby shops and retail is toast when Fanatics take over, unfortunately. Oh, for sure, guys. We are not going to be getting cards on Target.com week to week anymore when Fanatics takes over the hobby. This will go away. These restocks, these early morning restocks will end at some point. I firmly understand and believe that. That's not even a question in my mind. But as far as hobby shops go, I do believe that a local card shop is essential, to the experience in the hobby, to the access in the hobby. I don't think that it should be a nice shop. I don't think it should look like a used or a new car showroom, kind of like what I've been hearing Michael Rubin saying, but not necessarily that crazy. But, a nice shop with new, in a new area, with a new building, with couches, with maybe a few drinks, somewhere to rip, somewhere to hang. A lot of these hobby shops have big TVs in there now, so you can buy a couple of cards while you're watching some events on TV. That's how I think that all of this sports and sports cards are going to go. They're going to succinctly kind of marry to each other, and we're going to see that coverage kind of join together and hopefully see that interest peaking with all of these events, because you don't see, as we were just talking, Jamar Chase, for example, you don't see players' values going up like after a great game or after like a Super Bowl win. You saw, like, for instance, Joe Burrow's rookie cards when the Cincinnati Bengals made the playoffs. You saw the value of those shoot up, but then they went slightly down each week as he got closer to the Super Bowl, and the Cincinnati Bengals still made the Super Bowl. Everybody's thinking, oh, if the Bengals win the Super Bowl, Joe Burrow cards are going to go through the roof. No, the point where they went through the roof was when they made the playoffs. The Bengals did. So very wacky how the sports card market has responded to different things happening to different players. So it hasn't been an events-based hobby value-wise yet, but I think we're getting there. I really do think we're getting there. What's going on? _Fishtails asking if anything is backloaded. Unfortunately not. Target.com pulling a fast one on us, guys. Pulling a fast one on us. No sports card restock this morning on Target.com. I do apologize. I wish I could control exactly what the heck they're doing, but I can't. And it'd be nice if they gave me some inside info, but they won't. So we're here guessing. And like I said, guys, since we are left to guess, I'll be back here bright and early tomorrow and Thursday as well if there's no restock tomorrow. And if we don't have one this week, we can only assume that Target has skipped it and kind of taken that extra week to give themselves some time and is moving on to next Tuesday. So we will see, guys, but I'm going to get on out of here. I appreciate every single one of y'all hanging out this morning as long as you did. I apologize once again that Target.com did not restock today. Very frustrating and expected to happen. Very expected by most people, and not surprising, though, once again, that Target finally switching up the schedule. So I appreciate everybody. Maybe they can play Schultz's card pulls on those TVs. This is Barracuda. I love it. I love it, Barracuda. Heck yeah. Play Schultz's card pulls on all those local card shop TVs. Yeah, when you don't have games going, I'd love that. All right, everybody. Please, if you have not, on your way out, do smash that like button. Helps me out. Helps me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. But I will be back bright and early tomorrow helping y'all work through the sadness that is not getting sports cards this morning here on Target.com. Appreciate everybody. See y'all bright and early tomorrow. My apologies again, but hey, if we don't see it today, it will literally be tomorrow or Thursday or next Tuesday. I can almost guarantee that. All right, everybody. See y'all tomorrow. Make sure you're safe out there. Schultz's card pulls out. Be good to yourselves and each other.